I can't give you anything but love, baby. That's the only thing I've plenty of, baby. Dream a while, scheme a while, we're sure to find happiness, and I guess all those things you've always pined for. Gee, I'd like to see you looking swell, baby. Diamond bracelets Woolworth doesn't sell, baby. Till that lucky day, you know darn well, baby, I can't give you anything but love.
Hi, I'm Dr. Love, and welcome to the Dr. Love Show. Today, we will be talking about biracial relationships. We will be interviewing Lindsay S., who has been in an interracial relationship, love relationship, for many years with her hot beau. In fact, before, they were great friends. Overall, my analysis from my talks with Lindsay is that their love is growing in a healthy manner each and every year. They are even getting ready to move in together very soon. Interracial marriage is a form of exogamy. Exogamy is an arrangement or a marriage outside of one's normal social or cultural group. Ever since the famous case of Loving versus Virginia in our Supreme Court in 1967, interracial love unions have grown extensively in America year after year. This has to be a good thing. However, data is limited in empirical science in regards to it. The American consensus data can collect the number of interracial marriages that are happening in each state, in each city in America, but how those relationships are evolving, how they're rolling, what's going on within them, are they successful, are they more successful than same race relationships and marriages and unions, or are they less? That data is currently not available yet due to where we are in history, since these unions and marriages have not been legally available until 1967, really. So we have that to look forward to. So tonight with Lindsay, we have a great example of an interracial, long-term love union that is going wonderfully. Hi, I'm Gabby Love, and this is the Dr. Love Show, filmed remotely from my home in Miami Beach, where I'm inviting victims over to just question them on their love lives for fun. So Amber today has agreed to join us to play on camera. So we're gonna poke at your love life a little bit today, Amber, and see what we can teach anyone, or see what we can unravel that's interesting for people's love lives. Usually us women, we do this on brunch, or we sit around and we talk about our love lives to each other. You boys don't do it so much, but you do it in your own way. But now we're doing it on camera just to see what we can get at. So Amber, I wanted to invite over because not only does she look like Kim Kardashian, but I think so. No, I do. But her long long-term boyfriend happens to look like, what's his name, Kanye West? Do I say it right? Kanye. So, I mean, it's just too perfect. So, I wanted to pick your brain a little bit about what it's like to have a relationship of opposite ethnocentricities. Is that a word? Is that a word, guys? I don't know. But, you know, interracial. Do you get stares?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me on the show. I wanted to thank you for inviting me. I'm very ready for the probing and the fun. And another point on Kim, I actually have the same birthday as her, which is very interesting. It's like a lot of fun.
That's insane. Absolutely,
Yes.
especially when I have an astrology website, Love and
Yes.
Destiny Reports, and I do these reports. So I'll have to do, oh my God, so actually you're, what? Oh my God, I'm just getting weirded out because if your year was the same as hers, you would have the same life destiny. That's a whole nother show.
We'll have to see.
Wouldn't that
Not
be
seeing the
weird?
checks yet.
Well, you're not getting
Hopefully.
divorced.
Yeah.
You're not getting divorced, no. And you're not married yet, forgive me. But a long time. How long?
Well, we have been together, we've been friends for 7 years, and we've been dating for about 2. So that's, you know, it's kind of a good sign. I'm glad that we've had such a long friendship before. And to, you know, circle back to the question you asked before, as far as like stares in public and thing, you know, we don't really, that doesn't really happen. Or if it does, I'm so in my own world that I don't notice it.
Yeah, you're in Miami as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's more uncommon to see 2 people of the same race dating.
Ah!
Different here. So, you know, it's not something that really draws stares or anything.
That is true. In New York, LA, and Miami for sure. But in other cities, I still hear stuff, which is unfortunate. Even in America, you know, you guys have bypassed that. But other cities, I have heard some negative things. So God bless you guys for not having to deal with any of that. And your family is totally
Yeah, they're
on board?
they're totally on board and everything. I don't think it's anything that I need to have a shame of. I'm pretty open with, you know, the way I live my life in all aspects. So if someone has a problem in my life, a friend or a family member with how the decisions I'm making or whatever, it's totally their choice to leave my life, you know, if they want to. I never want to force somebody to subscribe to something they're not comfortable with, but in the same sense, I'm not going to subscribe to something I'm not comfortable with. So it's basically love it or leave it type of situation
So
with me.
what did he do after 5 years of friendship to get you in bed? Or were you guys sleeping together before the title?
We had slept together before the title, but when we had been sleeping together, but we had never been out of relationships really at the same time. I mean, we never slept with each other while the other one was dating somebody, but, you know, I would be in a relationship, and then I would break up with somebody and he'd be in a relationship, and then we'd both be single, but not for very long. So it was just one of those things where we kind of were like, hey, we've dated like 3 or 4 people since we've known each other. Why don't we just give this a shot?
Well, you did tell me before we got on the camera that you think that made you both trust each other more.
Yeah.
Because you dated, and you slept together
But
before
not while
you
we were with other
dated,
people.
but not while you were with other people. And this happens a lot, so
Yeah.
I'm sure people can relate.
Yeah, it really makes me realize, you know, and he knows with me as well, you know, neither one of us slept with the other while we were in a relationship. So it kind of makes you realize, okay, this person's not a cheater because I've already seen how they are in a relationship. So I think that works with us because we both know the other one is not shiesty,
Right.
you know, for lack of a
And it
better
goes
word.
the other way, guys and gals. If you meet your lover while cheating, I'm sure they can never trust you.
Yeah, it's never going to be a good situation. I've lived that situation as well, and it doesn't work ever. It's a horrible, horrible thing, and it's usually a relationship with that. Oh, yeah.
It's the dog.
Usually relationships like that are built on lust and lies anyways, so it's not like it has like a good foundation.
Speaking of lust and lies, have you guys ever had any bad lust or lies or anything negative at all whatsoever?
Yeah, negativity, of course. You know, you're not always going to agree with the other person, but this far we haven't had any weird text messages, weird phone calls, anything. Nothing has really come in that's been out of the ordinary, and I'm very lucky for that. And I always am like, oh, thank God, you know, because so many of my friends have that issue, and you know, I'm always like, oh God, I just hope that I never have to deal with that.
Oh,
You know.
maybe you picked well, and this
Hopefully,
is.
I hope so.
So let's talk about your sex life.
Oh, exciting.
I love it when I get a victim who's open and talking about their sex lives. I mean, I guess you wouldn't be comfortable being on camera, but still, a woman that's comfortable talking about her sex life is a golden jewel. Me and all the men know this. So let's pry.
Perfect. I'm ready.
Okay. Let's see, what do I want to ask now that I have permission? Any sex issues? Let's go to the dark side for a moment first, ever, between the two of you.
I don't think there's any sex issues. I think maybe there was awkwardness, like I said, when we weren't dating yet, and you know, maybe I would want to have sex with him, but he had a girlfriend, or he wanted to go with me, but I had a boyfriend. But I think now that we can both have it whenever we want with each other, there's not really any issues, luckily.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
That's somebody we marry.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people are unfortunate in that department. Things change. Mostly women stop giving the man sex, which I never, ever, ever suggest to the femmes, by the way. That will ruin your relationship for life, and usually your man will cheat on you. So that's what you get when you use that strategy to teach him a lesson. So obviously it seems like it's not a strategy of yours when you want to teach him a lesson or say something.
I don't ever think I need to teach him a lesson. He's pretty well behaved,
Oh
so
my God,
you know, I don't think that I need to hold sex over his head to make him to behave. I mean, he's a grown man. He's not a little boy. So I'm definitely not in the mother role with him, which is nice. Yes, I'm not a mommy. I'm a girlfriend and
Thank God.
future wife. So I don't play that game anymore.
Good. What do you mean anymore?
Well, I've, of course, like every girl, went through the bad boy stage where you have to correct behaviors and do things, and really that's all. The only thing that is a sign of a man whose mother didn't do her job. You know, full disrespect meant to the mother as well.
Wow.
Yeah, definitely. And I just don't think that, you know, if you raise a son that doesn't respect women, then he can't much respect you either. And there's no reason for him to have my company.
Wow! That was a mouthful! But you still don't believe to ever do the withholding unless, but you did say you did use that tool with bad boys.
Oh no, I was stupid. I mean, I didn't use the tool. I just dated the idiots, you know. I wasn't able to correct the behavior, unfortunately. But who can of a grown man, you know?
Right, yes.
That's not supposed to be your role.
We should never try to correct any behavior of a man.
No, it's not sexy as a girlfriend.
No.
It's not sexy as a girlfriend to have to control. That's not, it takes away your femininity and your like sexiness.
You're a genius. No, but it's worse than that. When we do it, literally their penis does a little like, I feel around my mom when I'm with you.
Right.
So,
Yeah, I feel like if I have to act in the way as a man would in a relationship, it's because I'm attracting a man with womanly traits. And I'm a woman, and I like acting like a woman, and I like being a woman. So that's why I've now attracted a man that is a man and acts like a man and behaves like a man. You know, and I don't need to act like a man, trying to control and do things like that for him to be a man. Because what I do is I act like a woman, and that attracts I feel like, if
you
you're
feel like a woman.
I feel like a woman, I feel like, if you're in a relationship where you feel like you're having to dominate and act masculine, the type of man you're going to attract is going to be a feminine type of man, like opposites attract.
Wow.
So I think, that's definitely, from what I've learned in my past relationships, it's not the way to go. You're never going to turn, somebody into somebody that they're not.
So wise at 31.
Oh, thank you.
Like way wiser than most.
And some things maybe, not everything, of course.
You guys don't understand. Well, in love, you certainly are. Because a lot of what she just said is half of what I have to teach a lot of the women I work with. Now, here's the difference, is that most women in 2017, when we're in urbanization and maybe all states, we can provide for ourselves, and we can have good jobs, and we don't need a man. So
absolutely,
the way it comes out, now some women can choose to not work and need their man's bank account, which is fine. Certain personality types, just really, that's who they are. They can't really change that, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
It could go the other way around. It doesn't too much, right? Where a man is supported. But most women these days have bought a dinner for a man, or have helped a man financially, possibly somewhat or whatever. But my point was that it's not as drastic as you put it, where the woman is dominating the man.
Right.
It's more, in a veil that I see most common.
That women push away. They tend to be more emotionally unavailable and things like that.
That is still a number one strategy that women use in 2017 when they can't authentically relate properly, which when I call good communication between you and your boyfriend or you and your husband, I call it authentic relating. Most women and men in 2017 are not capable of it. So they revert to different tools and strategies to get their point across. The number one for women is shut down or ignore something. And it's horrible. So my point is, in 2017, what many women are, in my opinion, failing at in love is exactly what we were talking about. It's not so cut and clear, like you said, machismo, or they're too masculine. It's more subdued now, where it's, we do get to be more masculine, so we exert it in ways that aren't necessarily masculine, verbally or energetically, but they are, what's the word I'm looking for?
Subversively masculine.
Yeah, it leaks out, and it's still masculine, whether you're being masculine or not.
Right.
It's still exerting, controlling, or suggesting in a non-feminine way, which is killing relationships. The modern is like not being necessarily so masculine, but what you're doing is demasculinating him in some way, shape, or form.
Right, exactly. I think that all relationships are like a magnet. Even in nature, there's a masculine and there's a feminine. That doesn't have to necessarily mean, heteronormative, but there is always a masculine and a feminine in every successful relationship.
Yeah.
And I think and some women feel like ashamed for being more feminine, and they feel afraid to be more feminine. But when you can relax and really embrace your true femininity, that's when you attract the true masculine man. As opposed to, as they call them, like bitch men or bitch boys or whatever, fuck boys. Alright, I know we can't say that, but you know, that's a thing that, you know, that's something that no woman wants, you know, and when we have to act like a man and be bossy and be controlling and no, you're gonna do this, and where you feel like you're taking the entire control of the relationship, you're not allowing yourself to be feminine, and through that you're doing yourself a disservice.
Absolutely. Any time, I believe, from the work with thousands of people in the last decade, if you exert, if you're in a feminine and masculine relationship where the female is the female and the man is the man, if you exert too much masculine energy in any way, shape, or form, even if you think it's under the radar, or too many women these days think they're smarter than the man. I mean, literally, women, come on, how many of us don't really think we're smarter than them?
Right.
So we'll do it in ways that we think are slick.
And it's very emasculating.
But I'll tell you, we're not slick. In
non-sexual.
2017, men are fucking brilliant. Oops, hello, now I said it. Men are brilliant. Men are brilliant in 2017. They're brilliant. I get calls all the time from men. They're like, does she not realize, like, you know, they're on to our games, ladies.
Yeah.
They're on to every single game. They're on to the shutdown game. They're on to the ignore game. They're on to the
Holding it back.
today big game. I mean,
Yes.
all of them. So it's time for new games, and that's exactly
Or
what
no games. No games.
Right.
Just be
Well,
comfortable in
I like
yourself. You like games? A little bit. Fun games. Not
fun
mean
games, loving, fun,
Love and fun
energetic
games. Yes.
I call them the Dr. Love games. I have a whole class actually on Dr. Love games.
Oh,
So I'm
fun.
in fun games, but the games, you know, women, you have to understand, we can connive more than men. Men that can connive are usually in jail. It's not a normal man tendency to manipulate.
Yeah, I don't think
Connive.
that's normal. I think that,
No,
you know, if you're only, you know, coming across manipulative men or sociopathic men or whatever, you need to take a look at what's important to you in a relationship. You know, if the external things are important to you, the car, the sex, the image, then you're going to attract these men that's what's important to them. And when that's important to them, you're not going to be important. Love is not. It's mutually
Oh,
exclusive.
interesting take on it.
Yeah,
Now,
definitely.
I come, like, some personality types, they really do want that, and it's okay. Like, some people, you know, the diamond ring and the Lamborghini and the big house really makes them happy. We won't judge that.
No.
But I get your point. The bigger overall point here that you've been trying to get at for a few minutes, and I've gone everywhere with it, is that certain energy attracts other. Is that correct?
Absolutely, yeah. Whatever energy you're putting out, that's what you're going to attract back. And sometimes certain energies just don't mesh well together. So when you're looking for things in your relationship, you have to really take, you know, account of certain behaviors. You know, sometimes the best sex of your life is not going to be your husband. You know, maybe to some of us might say, oh, that's something wrong or that's something whatever, but that lust feeling, that overwhelming sexual feeling is sometimes not cohesive to a happy life.
Interesting.
You know, that's my opinion on it. So, you know, you really have to take account of what you're really looking for and what you're attracting, because, you know, if you're just looking for a lustful sexual energy, sometimes that's not going to come with the, you know, responsibility, the financial, you know, responsibility and things as well.
Right. My favorite client in the whole wide world, this very wealthy dude, who actually represents very famous rap stars and stuff as an
nice.
attorney. Super cool. He says to me in my lectures all the time, Dr. Love, how do you explain that the best girlfriend is not necessarily the best in bed? He really has a conflict with this. That if a girl is a good girlfriend, more than likely she's negligent in the bedroom. And I try to teach him exactly what you're saying, that there's something to the attraction, and I think we can manipulate, and we should manipulate our attraction, who we're attracting. And that means, like, if you're attracting guys you don't want, you say, well, what can I do different to then not? Because it is something that you're doing. I don't believe that there's, we're victims or we're mishaps. So he believes that you can't be wife quality and be good in bed. He truly has not seen much proof to the contrary to that belief system. So I've been trying to tell him, like, you need to believe, like, I feel I have the hottest, and I guarantee you he's the kinkiest. And not necessarily that I wanted to attract that, but at one point in my life I realized I was getting really hot, beautiful men that were low libido, what I call level 3, which we'll get into level 1, 2, and 3 in sex soon. And I realized that that's a place where I could edit, because I'm not that low libido sexually. So, but I kept attracting these awesome boyfriends, super hot, just everything going on for them. But realistically, in the bedroom, I used to lay there sometimes and go, why are we not having sex? I'm naked, you're naked, we're in bed. And now, fortunately, and for many years there, once I started to consciously work on this, I started to only attract guys that absolutely could not even be around me for, especially alone, without wanting to get in my pants. And for me, that's better energy. Not all women are going to be like that. Some women are level 3s. Some men are level 3s. I just set up a couple in matchmaking, actually. A gorgeous guy, 6'5", very well-to-do in his job in New York, came to me for matchmaking. Not that he needed it. None of my clients need me. They just have extra cash flow. They like to throw it at me, as I call it. But realistically, they just can get more dates with me. So they throw their money at me. I get them more awesome dates. So I get him a chick. He's actually early 40s, so he's now thinking, I probably should wind down and get married soon. So he's thinking more wifely. So I needed to find him a wonderful, hot woman, but who was also level 3, which is what I consider the lowest libido. Level 1 is your kinkier, is comfortable with porn.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna get into what you and your boyfriend are in a minute. Level 2s are can go either way, kinky or not, lots of sex or not. They're the most well-rounded. Level 3s are very low libido. These are the people that can have sex once a month, if even. Like, if we get real about it, don't you have friends that they have sex like every 6 months or something?
Probably not my friends.
Ah!
Probably not my friends. No, I would say that not with me. But I know it's something that exists and something that.
Yes.
But probably not for me or the friends of mine.
I call those level 3s. Okay, we have to take a break. Really, I have 1 minute left.
It's 10 minutes.
We talked that long?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Thank you for joining us on the Dr. Love Show tonight. People tell me that perfection in love is not attainable. But I say, why not make it my goal? Why not make it your goal? Even if we never get there, we may get close. And it's much better than aiming for mediocrity in your love life. I say, let's aim for a perfect love life.